Good morning, good morning, good morning, family. Hi. So, if you guys were riding along with me the other day, I had this ugly purple covering on my car because I had to take my vehicle to the auto shop. And I thought they were going to have to get in my vehicle. And I always cover my vehicle. My seats, my steering wheel, my gear shift, I cover as much as I possibly can if I think someone has to get in my vehicle because of my OCD. I don't want all those germs all over my car. So I try to minimize germs as much as possible. And I think that's going to be like my little saying that I say every time I do an out and about video or content, or I do something related to my OCD. I'm going to tell you why. I've already had it happen once, and I had to mute the person off of my channel because what I don't do is going back and forth with anyone in life, okay? Especially not a stranger. I don't know you, your opinion, and your thoughts of me, I do not care anything about. Therefore, when you get on my channel or even up in my face, in my life, questioning anything I do, I will not entertain you because that's not what my channel or my life is about. Yeah, people do content, and I know that others think is to criticize and critique everything. That's not why people do content. And if that's the right you think you have, you're absolutely wrong, especially when it comes to cooking up conversations with destiny. That's not what we're doing. So, I had someone, and I'm not going to justify it. I'm not going to defend myself or explain myself on my channel, but I'm going to tell you what happened as to why I'm even making this statement. I did the video with the gloves, and I was explaining quickly because I was about to leave the house, didn't have time to be explaining myself to anyone why I chose to eat the wrap with a glove on versus just, washing my hands and eating it with my bare hand. Someone had a question, a statement, like a condescending comment about that. So I did respond to them. And even in my response, I said, what I'm not going to do is explain myself. And they seem to want to continue. I said, sweetheart, I want you to have a fabulous Christmas, a marvelous holiday. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and mute you off my channel because the energy that you have, I don't have that on my channel. I don't do that on my channel. And so I muted the person off the channel. So with that being said, I am going to explain this. The reason I do certain things differently with my OCD, and that was something else I told them. I said, baby, if you don't understand OCD, just say that. Just say that. If you don't understand OCD, say that. And even if you think you understand OCD, what you will never understand is anyone's individual issues that they have. It is a mental disorder. You can't explain it. There is no sense in you questioning it. Leave people alone, basically. So I did say that, baby, if you don't understand OCD, just say that. And if you think you understand it, you don't know my specific rituals and issues with OCD. So goodbye. Muted. That was that. End of that. And I'm always shut it down that way. So with that being said, I clearly understand anything I do OCD related. It's never saying that I even think remotely that I am ridding myself of all germs in the universe, okay? I got some mental issues, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, and anxiety. But baby, I'm not that messed up in my brain, my thought process, in my head, where I think anything I do is totally getting myself rid of all germs in the world. Not possible. So I will explain. If you happen to be the second person to see anything I do or explain or do on my videos and my content about OCD and you have a question about it, understand it works for me. Simply put, that's it, that's all, and let's leave the rest alone. So, when I cover my seats to, prevent them from being all over my car with all the dirt and germs they have on their hands and on their clothes, I know that I'm minimizing. That's what I will probably say in all my videos going forward with OCD related content. In my brain, I minimize things to where I'm comfortable. And I understand I'm not totally 100% fixing the issues, but I do it to a comfort level that my brain says we're good. Again, you got to understand OCD, and you can never understand an individual's OCD because it's different for every one of us. It's so different. I have people all the time tell me, oh girl, I'm just like that, I'm just like you. And then I see them do the most disgusting thing in the world, and I'm thinking in my brain, baby, you are nothing like me. Or I hear people say all the time, oh, my hands are clean, or this is clean, that's clean. And I'm like, baby, what is clean to you? That's not clean. So everyone's comprehension, everyone's level of understanding of OCD and cleanliness and all that is different. If you have never wiped your cell phone down to remove germs off of it, please don't pass me your phone and say it's clean. I wipe my phone constantly. They get Clorox wipes constantly. And even I know my phone still is not clean. So if you never clean your phone ain't clean and stuff. Please don't waste your time trying to convince me it is. So with that being said, that is the reason that I cover my seats to minimize the germs. Because baby, listen, I cover my steering wheel, my gear shift, my door handles, my seats, everything. And guess what I do? I still take Cavi wipes. If you don't know what Cavi wipes are, they're the medical grade wipes that you see in the hospitals. You can get them off of Amazon, the exact same ones. When I go get blood work, same wipes, doctor's offices, same wipes they have, you get them off Amazon. And I know that because Smoochie still works in the medical field, but when she worked inside of a hospital, she used to always get them, and that's how I realized, oh wow, these are the kind in the hospital. Then we realized you can order them off Amazon. So this video shouldn't have even started where it did, but the fact that I was talking about this sheet, it took my brain back to the content about the glove and how I eat, and somebody wanting to say something about me with dirty hands and whatnot. Shouldn't have went there, but that's that busy brain. I talk about that, not a lot, but I talk about my busy brain. I have a million things going on in my head at all times. Another one of my issues. Anyway, it's another morning. It's another off day. And sis is out and about. Yep, with my pair of lips. Didn't put anything on my lips yet. I'm going to go pick up a rental. If you've been following the channel, then you know I have this raggedy busted up thing in my vehicle. And yes, I'm riding around with it. Well, I'm actually going to trash. I haven't gotten around to it. It's still in my vehicle. And I decided because that front wheel liner is off my vehicle, I'm not going to drive my vehicle long distances because I don't want anything else to happen. That little jug I showed in a previous video, my windshield wiper fluid, I don't want that to get punctured, messed up, or anything else to get up under that space. So I'm getting a rental, and I'm driving about an hour and a half away to see some special little ones. It's the day after Christmas. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And it's Friday. It's the day after Christmas. It's Friday. So I'm gonna go see these babies and hang out with them. And I'll be getting a rental to do it, so that's why I'm up. And if you've been following my channel, you know I'm a night owl and I'm not a morning person at all. It seems like for the past 30-40 days I've been going. I've had a reason to get up. Well, 3 weeks in a row I had to go do iron infusions. Those appointments weren't very early in the morning, but mentally I have to get up to prepare for the day. So I had to get up earlier just to make the appointment, which was relatively a decent hour, but I got to get up. Of course, I got to freshen up. You got to do the shower, the little light beat, whatever you're going to do. Yeah, I'm so tired because I really would love to spend an off day home in the house. And yeah, this purple sheet is still on my seat because I just haven't had time to take it off. I just haven't had time to take it off yet. The other day when I got back, it was kind of late. I was hungry. I went in the house. I had to OCD wash everything down. I'm not thinking about pulling the sheet off this car. And this is the next day I'm in it. And I'm going to be in a dirty rental car. So it is what it is. Between now and the next time you see me in my vehicle, this sheet should be off my vehicle. But yeah, rental place is not very far from my house. We are about 2 stoplights away. We're going to take a right, and it's not far after you take the right, not even a minute. And if you've been following my channel, you know I'm early to everything, right? Not today. I didn't really care. I'm not feeling it. I'm tired. I didn't necessarily want to be up, but I can't miss the opportunity to see all these babies that made it to one spot for the holidays. And I'm like, oh Lord. I'm super excited to see them and spend time with them and love on them, but honey, I'm tired. So it's like you gotta weigh that mental, that physical, what I feel, how tired my body is. Mentally, I want to be in my bed. I have so many things around the house to get done. I need to get this sheet off my car. I need to get this out my car, the sheet off my seat. Like, I got things to do, and I'm having to be stumped today to do something that wasn't on the agenda, was not planned. And I hate it when something else takes me away from what I want to do in my head, what I need to do. But this is where we are. Because I'm not feeling it, I'm like, yeah, I get to the rental when I get to the rental. I'm supposed to be picking it up at 11 o'clock. It is 11:06. So not like me. I was actually going to get up, get fully ready, and then just head straight to the kids. I'm like, baby, And I may look together. I'm not. I'm going back to the house first. I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready. It's too early. 11 o'clock in the morning, which means I've been up since like 9:30. I've had 5 hours of sleep. That's not a lot for me. I can sleep 10 plus hours and still be tired. It probably has something to do with being anemic, but nonetheless, I'm going to swing it by the house, and I haven't eaten, so I'm going to go back by the house, make sure my little light beater put on my face is decent, because I just threw some stuff up there, really didn't care. I'm going to make sure I look more decent than I think I do. I'm going to eat, and there is something. I want to drop this bin off at Goodwill, and with that being said, as soon as I get to rent-a-car place, I'm actually going to take out something I have in the back seat of my vehicle, put it in a rental car, so that I can take the bin and drop it off at Goodwill where the kids are, because the Goodwill I have to go to is a bit of a drive from home. Where I'm going to go see the kids is one just right there. I'm thinking, you know what? Kill two birds with one stone. Go and see these babies. But take this bin with you, because that Goodwill is just right there in the center of town. So we're pulling up to get this rental. I'm going to park, and I'll be back, guys. Hey, family. So we are back at the house. Rental is picked up. And we're going to talk about a little bit more of OCD. The reason I did not film while coming back is because I drove all the way back to the house in these filthy gloves. So what I always do is take my cabbie wipes. I always just wipe, clean the car down. Because again, I got to get my energy right for this day of being out of the house and going to be gone most of the day. I said, you know what? Just get back to the house. Eat something, because maybe that's also the first piece of energy that I need. And then go back out and clean the car. So I just drove all the way back with these gloves on, so I didn't have to touch the filthy steering wheel, the gear shift, and things that I didn't want to touch inside the car. So with that being said, filthy gloves, wasn't touching my clean cell phone or sanitized cell phone. So I'm going to do some things. By the time I get back in the car, I'll have it wiped down, probably not to my satisfaction, but again, mentally, I've got to wipe it down. I won't just put my bare hands on that steering wheel and drive. It'll have to use it, again, medical grade cabbie wipes, and wipe the steering wheel probably 100 times, the gear shift 100 times. I might just cover the gear shift with a glove. I never do that, but this time I might just put a glove over top of it. Therefore, my hands will be touching a glove as opposed to the gear shift. But I can't cover the steering wheel, so I'll probably just wipe everything down. I'll probably show you a few pictures because I'll probably also, something I don't usually do. I usually really wipe the car down. But today I may actually put a plastic bag over the gear shift and just cover that whole console area so that my phone and my card holder and everything can just go on top of a clean plastic bag as opposed to strategically cleaning it to where I feel like, okay, now you can put your phone down. We'll see how that goes. Most likely I'm going to cover it and I'll take pictures and show you. But right now, sis about to eat. Make sure the house is how I want it when I get back because I know I'm going to be tired, ready to shower, and ready to go to bed. I don't want to have to do things when I get back. So I'm going to do things before I leave. So I'm going to just show you guys, of course, when I got to Enterprise, when I got to the rent-a-car place, I had to hand them my license and my form of payment. So I'm going to show you what I know, what I have to do. I don't know why, but I'll just do everything online. So when I go in, I can just show them everything. And I keep trying to do that. And it's like, they still need me to hand them the items, which 3 times ago when I got to rent a car, I just showed them everything. I did the payment online and they didn't need to touch anything. So I thought I did the same thing. But 2 times after that, they needed to touch my stuff. So in touching my items, they're in the sink, as you can see. They're both in the sink. And I am about to clean them to a level that is comfortable for me. So when I do that, take my bleach. I will spray them to death. I will spray them, spray them, spray them, spray them. I will get some hand soap, some Dawn. Sometimes I'll use my disinfectant spray as well. Bleach to me is best thing I'll have in the house to do that, but sometimes I'll do a little bit of both. I'll get some Dawn, start to lather, and I will clean my ID and my card, because how many people walk in the building and have to hand you their debit and credit card? It's just germs transfer, and germs transferring from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. And obviously, you know, they're not in food, so I'm sure they're not cleaning their hands in between customers. So the last person that gave you a debit or credit card and their ID, you just keep going. You're touching all the keys to the rental cars. You're going to the rental cars, doing the walk around and all that with us. Baby, that's too many germs. So this is a part of my OCD. I will not have them handle my card and just put them back in my card holder. Yeah, I got to sanitize and wipe them down. I got to. And as you can see, you're probably like, well, are you done now? No, I'm not. Mentally, this is what I go through. I will wipe until I feel like it. Sometimes I will have to spray again. Sometimes I'll have to spray again and do this 2 or 3 times. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just doing an extra long clean. And I just told a story because, yeah, now that I said it, my mind tells me to spray one more time. So, yeah, now my brain is telling me to do it one more time. And this is what I say about OCD. I'm going to sit that there because I'm not going to put it back in the sink. You have some people that have rituals. They have to tap things a certain amount of times. Numbers is huge with OCD. Not for me. I don't have a number. Mine is do it until my brain shuts off. Mine is do it until I'm like, okay. Either enough goes off in my brain or okay. It may be okay enough, but something tells me stop. Like right now, I'm done. I don't have to clean this anymore. I'm done. My brain just said, I'm done. I'm good. It's clean. They're clean enough. They're not completely. You know, they're clean enough. I'm good. So we're going to dry them down. And I'm going to wash my wrist because as I was cleaning, I had flickers of water on my skin. And in my head, the flickers of water was when the cards were dirty. I felt like, okay, now my arms got some of this germs that was on these cards. It flicked back. So I'm going to clean my arms next. But I'm going to put this on a clean paper towel. So I put those on a clean paper towel. I got a new fresh batch of Dawn. And I'm just going to clean up my wrist some because I feel like, again, when the cards were dirty, I felt some splatter back on my skin. And I don't like that. That has to come off. So this is a part of my OCD rituals that I go through. And this is also why I chose not to explain to that person anything about my OCD, because like I told that person, their comment had something to do with, oh, you just mentioned you could eat with clean hands, so you're not going to, you put on the glove instead. So it was something like, oh, so your hands are dirty. And before I realized it, I started to explain myself, and I pretty much said, baby, my hands sometimes get clean with straight cleaner. Like, get out of here. My hands will forever be more clean than yours are, is what I was thinking. I just didn't take the time to express all of that, but I'm like, baby, cleaner with bleach. In my brain, soap and water alone don't always do it in my OCD brain, right? So most times when I'm cleaning my hand, baby, there's a chemical I'm putting on my hand as well. So anything, if I have a cleaner in the house with a spray, I'm going to use it, and I have to spray it on my hand, and I will continue to use regular soap and water. But my brain says soap and water isn't enough. Depending on what I've touched and what I've had my hands on. So OCD is mentally debilitating. It will drive you completely insane. And it does. But I live in this body. I live in this brain. It's my day-to-day life. It's how I live. It's exhausting. So when people get to asking you questions and trying to assassinate you, if you will, and I'm like, baby, listen, let me just keep it cute, serious, and funny at the same time. I already have enough going on in my brain that I'm not about to go round and round and round the merry-go-round with you explaining it. It's already mentally debilitating. So if one person hops on a piece of content with those shenanigans and that foolishness, I'm going to love on you, shut it down, and then dismiss you. That's all I have energy for. OCD is enough by itself. I'm not doing that. I'm not explaining myself. I'm going to talk my content through. I'm going to explain what I'm doing and why. But when you question me, I'm not giving you that type of entertainment. I'm not into that entertainment business. Okay. We're going to get ready to get out. It is noon. And I would want to get to the kids no later than 2 o'clock. It's going to take me about an hour and a half. So right now I'm looking at 1:30 to get there. So we're going to eat and push it, get this rental car wiped down, which is going to take some more time. So yeah, I'm going to see you guys on the other end, on the other side of the front door. So this is my little card holder where I keep my debit, credit cards, license. I'm just doing a little extra layer of protection today. When we get in the rental car, I am going to show you how I just kind of like put a whole complete console area coverage of plastic. I just covered it. I've never done this in a rental before. I promise you, I actually take the time and just wipe and clean everything. But today I'm like, and I never feel like it's ever clean. Let's just say that. I never feel like it's clean, but it's just like, stop. That thing says just stop. So today I'm going to do one better than that. That plastic is going to move because I don't really have anything laid up on it. So it's going to probably move a lot. So I have these little bags I get from the Dollar Tree. I have 2 cell phones. The one that I'm filming on now and then my other personal phone. And I'm going to put those in here. I have another one that has a zipper in the front. This one doesn't. It doesn't matter. I just want to make sure my items are not touching the inside of the rental car anywhere that thousands of people have been in and out of, right? Will this bag be dirty if it happens to touch the seat or anything else? Yes, but this bag has been bleached 1,000 times. Luckily, it's not a cloth material, so I can put bleach on it and it's going to get clean. It doesn't fade it or turn it. It's just the material, if you'll hear it. So, yeah, I'm going to put everything I need to take, an ink pen, both my phones, anything in here that I need, and it'll be inside of the rental. I don't mind the bag getting dirty, but when I go inside, I want to be able to touch my things and don't feel like they're dirty. So that's what we're doing OCD wise to protect myself in the car. And I'm going to have anxiety because I don't want to be in a dirty rental. Things will get dirty, and the way I come home and have to clean them will be strategic. When I'm in a rental car, my clothes get a pre-wash. I won't even put them in the dirty clothes with my regular clothes. I will pre-wash them in the machine and then I'll wash them with regular clothes. But I have to get that car rental germs and dirt out of the clothes first. It's all mental. And any other time if I'm in clothes and I'm like, again, if I go to a restaurant and I'm sitting at a concert, if I'm sitting where hundreds and thousands of people have sat, those clothes will need to get a pre-wash versus me just being in my car and coming home. And let's say I went to a Walmart, I walked around, I came home. Those clothes to me aren't the same level of dirty because remember, my car seats pretty much stay clean. Anywho, just explaining what we're doing, and I really need to get out of here. So I'm going to go wipe the steering wheel down because I'm not going to try to wrap that. I'm going to go get my cabbie wipes and gloves. We're going to wipe the steering wheel down until the brain says enough, and then we will get rolling. And we should have been gone by now, but it is what it is. This is my OCD day to day, how I have to leave the house, which is why I have so much anxiety and I don't leave the house often. It's a whole process. Let me hop back on and say, because y'all probably like, girl, you've been filming and all you've been is out the house. I have to watch what you say on content, during content, because people love to correct things. And some things just don't sound right. I've watched people that I love their channels and I'll see them say one thing and be like, well, that was a little bit contradictory to what you said a minute ago or yesterday or in a previous video. Normally, I'm not out the house a lot. Have you seen me out the house a lot in the past couple of months? Yes. And that's what's driving me crazy. All of a sudden, I've had the need to be out of the house. 3 weeks in a row, iron infusions, holidays, dropping off Christmas presents, now going to go. So I've had a need to. Normally, I am not out of the house a lot. Honestly, my normal day-to-day life is I won't leave home maybe once in about 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months span, I may leave the house once or twice. So that's what's normal as opposed to what you've seen. So when I say I don't normally get out the house and y'all like, girl, you've been filming content out the house. That's the difference, and that's the reason. I was actually going to switch glasses, but again, we're running out of time, so these are the glasses for the day. I was going to put on my shades, and are they crooked again? Y'all, I stay in some crooked glasses, don't I? Stay in some crooked glasses. I need to see it. Do I have one ear higher than the other? Anywho, let's go clean this rental. Now, for those of you who think I'm just a drama queen, because I know sometimes when people watch people with mental health illnesses, people think people are tripping, they're being drama queens and kings, or they think people are faking. So, I'm just going to show you guys the ritual, or first of all, the steps of me wiping the steering wheel down. And I'm going to show you how my mental health issue with germs is not a joke. Do you see how filthy this is? This was once a white cabbie wipe. Do you see how do you see the dirt? Can you see how brown it is? You see that? You can even see the bottom of the wipe and where I wipe this filth. This is what, okay, we're going to kind of turn it inside out. We're going to turn it where it's a little bit whiter. I know you see it, the dirt, the stain. So this side is a little bit whiter, right? Let's wipe again. And again, I just showed you how white that was, and look at how nasty and brown it is. Still see this little corner that's clean. How nasty this is. This is wiping down the steering. You see that, right? You see it. I don't know if the shade makes it better. This is how disgusting it is. You see the stains. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. And this is how we know that Destiny is not just tripping. I'm not just tripping, okay? Not just tripping. This is disgusting. And that's just the steering wheel. That's just the steering wheel. I came out here with a complete white cabbie wipe, and you see how disgusting the steering wheel. Look at this. Do you see this? You can see it now. Really, look at this. Disgusting. I don't know if the sun. So, if you ever question, is she just tripping? Is she really not this clean in particular? Baby, there's a reason. In this instance alone should answer your question. This is filthy. And no, I do not want to touch these germs. Okay? So, this is what I've done to the console area. Just covered it. And I'll tell you, I usually just clean all of this. We clean, wipe it, pop this open, wipe it so I could put things in there. I don't feel like doing all that. I don't want to do that. So I've covered this with this plastic. I never, now I've done this in my car. Again, when I go get it serviced and I don't want them touching everything, I'll put a glove over my gear shift and tape it down. And since I've done it in my car, I said, you know what? I just don't feel like doing all that today. I just want to get in this car and go. So I have decided that I'm just covering everything in this area, as opposed to cleaning everything and then putting my items here, putting all my stuff here. I don't want to. I showed you the bag in the house. I may put the bag in the seat because I don't really care that it gets dirty. Y'all see, I travel with my cavi wipes. Now that cavi wipe container is almost empty. That's why I brought it out. But you see, I have it in the bag. I don't even want my cavi wipe thing touching this filthy seat. So this is OCD, guys. This is life in the brain of an OCD chick. So I will be using this gear shift. It's clean. Obviously a Ziploc bag is clean. This is what I put over there instead of a glove. And this steering wheel was so filthy, I'm going to wipe it down. I'm going to wipe it again. And I promise you, this is part of what I say. I'm not a counter with OCD. I don't count things, but I can wipe this steering wheel down probably 10 times. And past experiences will prove each time I wipe it down, the wipes are still going to be filthy. They'll get a little bit cleaner, less brown, less dirty. And you can see where I didn't really use this versus what I really wiped. The point is, these things are so filthy, it's hard to even see the wipe turn white. Ooh, if this thing hit me in my mouth, we are going to die on camera. But yeah, I don't want it to plop out. And yeah. So anywho, we're going to wipe some more. Probably 1 or 2 more times. Again, I'm minimizing the germs on this. So if you're watching and thinking, well, you're not, it's still going to be dirty. I know that. I'm minimizing. And that's what my OCD is about. Minimizing and trying to control the amount of germs I come in contact with, because I know I'm not always able to remove. Highest level of cleanliness is sterilization. Baby, I can't sterilize nothing. I don't have a sterilizing machine or equipment, but I do try to remove lots of germs so that I'm a little bit safer. That's it. That's all. This gets wiped as well. The handle, how always having to get in and out of the car, that gets wiped as well. Life in the brain of a chick who lives with OCD. Extreme. So we have officially started driving. And shown my little weird setup. I got my cavi wipes, which I'm so shocked. My normal wipes that I showed you guys the other day, I always get from Dollar Tree. I literally forgot them. Luckily, I have some cavi wipes already in the car. And my bag, which is sitting on top of this yellow bag. So it won't get too dirty because I have it sitting on top of my clean bag. My gear shift, I don't have to. Y'all know the rules. If my hand's ashy, mind your business. If my hand's ashy, y'all know the rules on this channel. Mind your business. Thank you so much. And so yeah, just have this to protect. I usually wipe all that down. Didn't want to go through all that today. So their second cell phone that I told you about, I probably put that up there just for some weight, just to hold it down. And yeah, this is my OCD setup in a rental car that I don't want to touch. I wipe this stuff down a little bit, not a lot, because I don't usually touch it. And we know how filthy the steering wheel was. Woo! But yeah, we're off. We're definitely later than anticipated. I wanted to be at my destination by 1:30, no later than 2. We're just getting started at 1 o'clock. It's okay. I did some content which was not a part of the plan. But what I did want to share, when I started my channel, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a history at this hour-and-a-half ride we have. And I'm not going to talk the whole time because I don't want my cell phone to die. And this is new too. I always film with a camera. I get stationary in my home and I film in front of a camera in one spot. So by getting myself a new phone for content, I'm very glad I did, because I'm learning that doing it from a phone is just as feasible. And I don't understand why some people still get these fancy cameras to do. Y'all see the busy brain? I started to tell y'all the history of my channel, and now I'm talking about why I have a cell phone. Told you, busy brain. My brain never shuts off, and I will talk about 10 things at one time. Forgive me. But anyway, I don't know why people get fancy equipment when most people do everything from their phones. I'm late to the game. I'm just learning this, but it's very convenient. So the history of my channel started out that I used to chat with one of my, and I'm going to say old buddies. I loved our conversations because we go deep. If you notice, a part of my description talks about deeply rooted intellectual conversations. That's what she and I used to have. At some point, she invited another one of our old buddies into the conversation. Like, hey, let me bring her on the three-way call. The three of us, we talked like we was in a complete therapy session. I thought it was amazing conversation, adult, grown, mature, everyone respecting each other's opinion. And even sometimes when we didn't agree, we respectfully spoke about that. Why I think that's a little different than that, but it was still so adult, so mature. I'm like, oh y'all, we sound like we're on a whole lot of podcasts, right? I then invited them and asked them, you know, to do that. Let's hop on and do a YouTube channel. Now, I thought they would say, let me sleep on it overnight. Think about it. That's a big thing, right? It's commitment. If you ever get to the point of monetization, that's money you have to split. I trusted them and felt in my heart they trusted me that if we ever got to any monetization, that would be a no-brainer. We would all be honest and upfront about that. Somewhere along the line, not there, about 2 weeks in, one of them decided to bail out of the idea. I'm like, okay, a little disappointing because I think we can do this thing, but okay, you know, you can't make people do whatever they're not comfortable doing, whatever. So then I was stuck like, but I really want to do this. So like, how do I do it by myself? The reason I wanted to do it with 3 people, because as we know, you'll click on somebody's YouTube channel and be like, boring, or I don't like her energy, or she's too loud, or dad, she cursed too much, or just whatever we think. We have those opinions about people when we hop on channels, right? Any type of social media. I thought the magnificent part of me asking them was because no matter who people were attracted to on our show, it would be one of us. That's what I felt. If they didn't like me, because people say sometimes I think I'm prim and proper. No, I don't. I'm so raggedy sometimes. I may not go hood on you, but I can get real raggedy sometimes, right? I'm getting a little sweaty in this car. I think I need to adjust the air because I'm seeing it glistening on my face. But I figured if they didn't like my prim and proper or my OCD or whatever, how I spoke, then they might like the other girl. They may like her look. They may like the other girl. She has an accent. I won't say where she's from, but she has an accent. Some people are attracted and drawn to accents. Either way, no matter how you look at it, I thought it was a great idea because I thought out of the 3 of us, somebody, people would stay on the channel because they liked all 3 of us or at least one of us. They may be like, I don't like them 2 right there, but I be watching this channel because of her. That was the idea. I'm not going to say I didn't have confidence to do a channel by myself because I've been doing it now for 2 years by myself or with Smooch. Let me not say that, but I've been holding it down by myself. Smooch hops on when she can, if she can, and y'all know that. So I've been holding it down predominantly by myself. So with that being said, I did not have the confidence to do the channel on my own. What my hesitation was, what am I going to talk about? What I'm doing now, I never thought I'd be doing. I'm not vlogging my life. No, my life, one, is not that exciting or interesting. So I didn't think I had anything. I'm like, I don't have any skills. I don't have any crafts. I don't really have any hobbies. I don't have anything worth looking at. So I came up with this concept of, what do I do best? You talk. You got a big mouth. You run your mouth. You talk all the time, lady. What is Smooch good at? Cooking. That's how we got to the name Cooking Up Conversations. She'll do the cooking, I'll do the talking. And at some point, we'll together knock out some life topics. It'll be an interesting channel. As interesting as I can make it. That's how we got started. We're going to skip through a whole lot of jibber jabber jabber. I can talk about it. I'm going to get to where we are today. I have decided, since I have this separate phone, I know I can film on the go with my phone. I've decided, as you see, to do more filming while I'm out and about. And when I even did a video. I'm gonna post the little snippet of it about why have a niche. And the reason I felt so bad about not having a niche, whatever people call it, a niche, was because I'm like, a person like me can't have a niche, baby. I got 1,000 things running through my brain. How can you narrow me down to one? one thing never happens in my head. So I decided, I think my channel will still do well, because I'm just going to talk about like life topics, but it's going to be a whole bunch of different things. It may be relationships, it may be abortions, it may be miscarriages, it may be assault, it's definitely going to be mental health, it's going to be all types of things, because all types of things are rambling through my brain as good ideas. So we're definitely not niching. I'm going against the rule, and I don't never play by the rules, you know, except for at work and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't play by rules. I won't say it hasn't worked for me. I do have over 1,000 subscribers finally, yay, thank you all for supporting. But I still understand people screaming niche, niche, niche. It wasn't until recently I said, not even said it, it just kind of happened, that I was writing about talking, and I mentioned my OCD. And then in another video I kind of talked about my OCD again. And I'm like, you're real big on mental health advocacy. Like, you're real big on that. Mental health, which relates to your OCD, and it just dawned on me literally within the past week. You should adjust your channel very ever so slowly and gently, not just make a whole new channel, start from scratch, change the name, all that. I'm not doing all that. That's a lot of work, too much work, and if you know, you know, right? So I decided I'm going to focus more on my OCD and mental health, and that will finally, yay, put me in a niche. I'll finally have more of a niche than being all over the place with all types of topics. We're going to niche down to OCD and mental health. So that's why you guys see me doing what I'm doing and more of it. We still going to throw some cooking and some games in there from time to time, because to me that keeps the channel going and exciting, and just it doesn't allow it to get too boring when Smooch and I throw a silly game and then have you laughing on the other end of mental health and OCD. So I definitely wanted to, if you've been following the channel, and if you notice that this chick is all over the place, what is her channel about? It says Cooking Up Conversations. I see very little cooking. You've been seeing more lately because I've just been trying to hold it down, but I ain't never cooked. I have been a cereal eater, and I can live off cereal, eat it all day. How I'm going to show y'all cereal? I can't even cook the cereal. And I very seldom eat oatmeal. I will, but that's the only cereal I can cook. It's oatmeal, and that's not even cooking it. It's adding some liquid and heating it up, right? So Smooch, our schedules just don't align for her to really get in there the way it was intended. For her to prep a meal in front of camera while she's putting it in the oven. She and I get on film and talk about a life topic. We wrap it up. She shows you the finished product. That was going to be cooking up, us talking while the food was cooking, conversation. That was going to be the gist of the channel. But I do realize that I'm going to have to hold my channel alone more so. She is still committed to doing things. When we're out and about, she'll hop on. She did one talking about female pattern baldness, her alopecia, and why she decided to go bald. So she hops on. It's a little bit of a struggle for her because she is not a social media person at all. She don't care nothing about social media. So to do it for me is just that she's supporting me. But I don't like to inconvenience or make anyone uncomfortable. So I'd rather hold the channel on my own for the most part. But I think I'm going to do a little bit better. And it may be for my own mental to help me not be all over the place, right? Girl, focus on something. And that's hard for me. So I think I have adult ADHD. Never been diagnosed, but I definitely think I have it. I think that's a part of my busy brain. Can't stick to one thing at a time. Always over the place. Be upstairs saying I'm going to do laundry. Next thing you know, I'm downstairs loading the dishwasher. Next thing you know, I'm cleaning the shower. Next thing you know, I'm outside of my car. Baby, I think that's a little bit of the definition of ADHD. It's serious. So I think I'll probably get more people interested in that type of thing, and here's why. Today, we're not talking about back in the day, because back in the day, you didn't talk about mental health. Mental what? We didn't talk about having issues and going to therapists and working through our problems. We didn't talk about those things, right? But today is huge, and people are tapping into mental health. People are interested in knowing what others go through like them, because for so long, not so much myself, because I've always been a person, I don't care what you think about me. I am me, and I love me some me. I don't care what others think about me. But for many of us who suffer with differences, we do tend to shy away. We are ashamed of it. We're embarrassed of it. Babe, I tell you somebody in a minute, when you extend your hand to shake my hand, I'm going to tell you, it's such a pleasure to meet you, but I don't do handshakes. And I'm going to be very pleasant when I tell you I'm not shaking your hand. Where have your hands been? How filthy are they? How dirty are they? Baby, don't put your hand in my hand. That's not happening. So, I absolutely believe other people, unlike myself, who have shied away from it, who are embarrassed, who didn't want to tell somebody why they do something so weird, or they would do things so people wouldn't think crazy of them. Like, well, they're going to think I'm crazy if I do this. No, baby, I'm going to be OCD out in public, around you, at your house, in your car, in your presence, and I'm not going to do too much explaining myself about why. Because guess what? I am how I am, just the way you are, who you are, and why you are. You don't owe explanations as to how you do anything, right? Neither do I, because I have OCD. So, that's that. But I still believe people will be more interested in maybe hearing my story about OCD, tapping into loving on people and supporting people through mental health, as opposed to me just talking about abortions and relationships and I don't owe you nothing if you disrespect me, and red flags, and children and co-parenting. If I'm all over the place, I see how people say not so much your channel won't grow, but it's hard to get people to attach to what you're talking about because you're talking about so many things. But in the beginning, I thought that was a spectacular idea. I thought it was an amazing idea. I thought it was the best idea because I'm not boring you with talking about co-parenting for 6 years on one channel. How much co-parenting can you talk about? I thought it would be more interesting, since in the beginning I didn't think I had one thing to talk about, or two, to combine, like mental health and OCD, which definitely go hand in hand. I didn't know that I had that. And then when I thought about, girl, your personal life is a niche. It's a topic. And every day we can talk about something different, because as I've shown you in the past couple of days, I can show you something quite different that I'm doing quite regularly. Every day is a mental health day for me. It's not for fun that I have Mental Health Mondays on my channel. Mondays on my channel. It is for cause, and it's a reason. I suffer with it every single day. It is mentally debilitating. Please don't ever think it's cute. Please don't ever think it's fun. Please don't ever think the ones of us that suffer with it are doing it for attention. Well, I can't say, some people might do stuff for attention. I'm talking about real, genuine, authentic people who have mental health disorders like myself. I'm talking about us. Anybody that do things for attention, you always gonna have some of those people in the world, but they don't fall in the category of having a mental disorder. They might have one, but it's a different type of one, right? And before we tap into calling that a mental health issue, we just call them fake people, right? We'll just say they're just being fake, or they're being immature. Like, why would you lie about something like that just to get attention? We don't really say, oh, you got a mental health issue. You just think they fake or they immature. So anywho, that's the reason you will see more and more and more of my out and abouts. Another thing about me when it came to starting my channel, I never understood really, for people who vlog their lives. I get it. I've been attached to some channels who did vlogging. I love some of the things, people that I follow. I never understood it for myself. Let me say that, make it clear. I'm like, who wants to walk around my house all day? Like, in fact, that's kind of personal and private. Well, I want to show the world my house all day. My bathroom, my bedroom, my den, living room, kitchen. Well, I want to show the world. No, who wants to vlog? No, I'm not vlogging in my house. I'm not vlogging my life. No. We're not doing that. That's what I always thought. But was still intrigued by the people who did it. So, it's, again, the reason you will see more vlogging, the reason that when I'm doing something in my OCD zone, I will start to share more and more of it, because we're going to focus more on that on my channel. I think it's going to be interesting for people. Some of those of us who, and I did get a little bit off track a moment ago because I was talking about it, but I never nails my point. The point of saying people who are shy and embarrassed of it, it's comforting to be able to connect with someone else who have the same issues. That was the point. I never made it because my busy brain probably told me to keep running my mouth about something else. You always catch me on film lately. So yeah, degree in psychology. My brain could not function long enough to do a master's, a bachelor's, a master's, PhD, and a doctorate. Brain couldn't do it. So while an associate's degree is like the bottom of the totem pole, the reason I share that with you, that I have an associate's degree in psychology, is because it was my heart's desire to be a therapist. It was my heart's desire to be a relationship / family therapist or counselor. That was my heart's desire, and that's why I started to get that degree. My brain tapped out and said, baby, sit down somewhere, and I did. They say, listen to your body. I listened to my brain and my body. This ain't for you. Meaning the schooling wasn't. Still my heart's desire to reach people, to touch people, to heal and fix people if I'm able to in any way. So if it's by way of a YouTube channel and connecting with people, I'm starting to throw some things over on my TikTok channel. Some of you I need to start adding TikTok to my description, so those of you who care to follow me there, you can as well, to support. It's my reason for doing it. If y'all see me turning around like I'm crazy, my vehicle has the little my personal vehicle have the light on my rear view mirror that lets me know a car is beside me, but we know I'm in a rental. It does not have that, and I've gotten used to trusting that light, so I have to do more turning around to make sure there's not a car when I'm switching lanes. So if you're like, how is she driving and turning her head like that? Baby, I'm not about to have an accident. Never had one in my entire life. We're not having one today. So that's what we're doing with the channel. A little bit more of Destiny's out and about. Since I've learned to film now with a phone as opposed to stationary in the house on camera. And when I'm doing some OCD things around the house, you guys can kind of see how I live my life and why it's so mentally debilitating. I also want to get more into, like the other night, I missed putting something on film. I'm going to tell you guys what it was, and then I'm going to put the phone down for a while and do some driving. But I'm going to tell you what I didn't get. The next time I purchase these items, I am going to put it on film and show you. But let me tell you what I did the other night that I did not get a chance to film. As you see, I wear glasses. Now, when I'm in the house on the computer, I wear readers. I don't wear my prescription glasses. I wear readers. So I am quick to go to the Dollar Tree and get a handful of those readers because they break easily. And I know it's probably crazy. I'm spending a lot of money, but I mean, they last for a good minute. And then I'm like, okay, the ones I can see through, they broken. I go get maybe 3 or 4 more pair. I go and get 2 new pair, 4 new pair, whatever. So the other day, I purchased 4. And as I went through my OCD ritual to clean them, I didn't get it on film. So when I run out again and I break some more, I am going to, or I may just go buy some. They're $1.25. So I may just go buy some just to show you what I do. Because eventually I will buy some more so I can just go buy them and do it. To show you pretty much like what I showed you earlier in this video. I put them in the sink, like my license and my card. Spray them down really, really, really well. Because I think stuff in the Dollar Tree is disgusting. And then I go through the ritual of cleaning them, strategically cleaning them. Because, baby, they get cleaned really, really, really well because they have to go where? Yeah, on my face. And that means ass. I mean, to me, in my brain, I'm sterilizing those. Even though I said earlier in this video, I can't sterilize nothing. I pretty much sterilize those. They get clean and clean and clean because, baby, they can't come up here on my face dirty at all. So, yeah. But, yeah, that was very strategic. And the moment I put them all away, I don't know if it was at night when I got in bed or the next day. I'm like, Dad, you did all that, all those glasses, those readers, and you should have popped your phone out. Real quick, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna focus on driving for a while. I have 4 phone cases. The ones I have on my phones now, I actually have them for outside. When I'm in the house, I have cases that never leave the house. They have been bleached down and cleaned, and I switch my phone. I wipe my phone down and clean it with Clorox bleach wipes or bleach paper towels, and I clean the phone and I put them in my cases that never leave the house. So what happened was, mentally my brain didn't connect. video on because I was messing with dirty glasses from the Dollar Tree. But my phone was in the house in its clean mode. Hadn't been out of the house for the day. It was bleached wiped down in the house case that never leaves the house. So that's why my brain didn't commit, would go grab it and film it. So the next time I'm out and buy them, my phone will be also out with me. So it'll be better that I just film because my phone will be in that. I call it clean zone, dirty zone. If I have the phone out the house, as much as I'm wiping it down, that is the dirty zone for my phone if I'm out. Like right now, it's dirty. It's been wiped down and bleached. It's in my hand, but it's still not clean to me. Clean. When I'm in the house using my phone, I'm pretty much I'm at work, so I'm touching my keyboard, which has been wiped down with sanitized wipes. Keyboard, mouse, my chair, my headsets, everything is wiped down, bleached down. So touching my phone is as clean as everything in my office, my home office. So that's my clean zone. When I'm out and about, I don't care how much I wipe my phone down, it's not as clean. I'm sanitizing, and that's what in my brain, I'm minimizing germs, but I have not removed enough germs. So it's not clean zone. It's my dirty zone. Probably doesn't make sense to you all because it's how my brain functions. Because you're hearing me say I clean my phone, so you're like, if it's cleaning your phone and you're wiping it down, why do you consider it to be dirty? It's not as clean as I would like it to be. It's not as clean as I know it could be. And it's not that clean because I still have to touch things on the outside of my home. You know, I showed you when I was in Walmart, I put some clothing over the cart. But the clothing, obviously, they're not that clean. I got a wipe in my hand and I'm wiping, but that's why it's so mental. You can never understand what goes through my brain. What's clean, what's dirty, what's semi-clean, what's semi-dirty, what's okay to touch. And even if I have to touch something really, really dirty, baby, I'm wiping my hands immediately. If you ever wonder, well, Dad, do you ever touch anything dirty? All the time, like anybody else. But you better believe I'm somewhere quick to a sink with soap and water, or I'm killing my hands with my Clorox wipes. So if I have to touch something, which sometimes I do, my hands not less than 5 minutes, probably within 1 to 2 minutes, I've got to get somewhere to clean my hand. Or they literally feel like they're going to melt and fall off of my arms. They're going to detach. Ligaments, tendons, muscle, everything going to just melt away. That's what the mental aspect of it does for me. I feel like I'm going to lose my hand and my skin. Hands and my skin if I do not quickly wash my hands after I have no choice but to touch something dirty. So we're going to focus on driving, and I'll hop back on if I think of something I want to talk about, or just to do a check-in, or maybe when I see these beautiful babies, we may try to film that. Probably not, because if I got my phone out and they knock my phone to the ground, then y'all, what we going to have? A whole OCD moment, a whole OCD hissy fit. We shall see. Hey fam, so we are about 40 minutes away from our destination, so we're well over half the trip is done. And as I'm riding and thinking, because my thoughts never shut off, my intrusive OCD thoughts, and not really about OCD, but just thoughts never shut off in my brain. I was thinking sometimes when I'm on film, I'm very much in tune with communicating. However, I do it better in person because I have time to have a conversation with the person, and I can just navigate a conversation how I choose. When I'm filming, I notice that my brain is already busy and I talk really fast. I film in increments. And so I like to film because when I load my content, it takes longer to load and successfully load when the clip is longer. So I try to stick 4 minutes and less and shut it off and start again. 4 minutes off, shut it off and on again. 4 minutes off, 4 minutes off, 4 minutes off. It makes me like speed talk in those 4 minutes. I try to get out as much as I can, and sometimes I realize that the way I communicate in person, which I think I'm an excellent communicator, I don't always do that when I'm doing content. Clarity isn't always in the midst because I'm just doing everything really fast and I got 1,000 things in my brain. So a few things have come to mind from what I've already said in this video that I'll be posting, and I want to bring some clarity to what I rambled out really quickly. Let's do a time check. Okay, when I talked about how my channel was supposed to start with the friends and then I decided to do it with Smooch with CooKiN Conversations, and I never really thought, like, what am I going to film? I don't do anything. I don't have any skills. I don't have anything. So for more clarity on that, also what I didn't mention is I said it, I'm always in one spot in my home filming on a camera that I got off of Amazon. It's like a camcorder camera. It was very inexpensive. I'm just starting out, didn't want to spend a bunch of money, and it worked. I figured out how to use it. I'm not tech savvy with a lot of stuff. I don't like to figure out new items, but this was very simple. I kept it because I understood how to use it, and that's what I do. Prop up in a certain spot in my house, and I filmed. I never thought, again, that I would be vlogging my life or doing anything about my life because I'm sitting in one spot. So again, we're gonna 2 + 2 = 4. We're gonna bring it all together. Once I got this second phone to do content and realized I can film on the go, it opened my brain up to, you really can film something other than sitting in one spot holding a conversation. You now have the ability to talk about your OCD, because now you can move around the house. If I'm sitting in one spot in my house, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, I'm not doing anything OCD related because I'm sitting in one spot talking. See how I didn't make that clear earlier? I was just rambling about da-da-da-da-da. I was making sense in what I was saying, but there was no real connect as to really what was the difference in what I was doing and why I didn't talk about OCD as to why I'm doing it now. The difference is, starting out with the channel sitting in one spot, there's nothing to show you. Now that I'll be in my kitchen, I'll be in my car, I'll be in a rental, and I can film. But I'm navigating 2 phones, obviously. So there is the clarity. I could talk about OCD, but I wasn't able to show you anything. You probably, she keeps saying she has OCD. Like, how do we know that? Prove it, show it. So yeah, I wish when I said it earlier, I would have made it more clear as to why I never started out talking about it. But my main, I did mention, I never thought I wanted to vlog my life. Like, well, I'm going to walk around my house and be filming my life. Like, I don't do anything. But I'm thinking, girl, you and your OCD. Do you how many people would gravitate towards that? How many people would connect to it? How many people are just, even people who don't have OCD, they're interested in watching other people's life that are different. Like, wow, they really go through that. So it's interesting for some people. It's a connection for others. It's like mesmerizing, amazing. It's crazy to some people. Some people take our issues and call us crazy, and I'm okay with it because I know it's very different, and I know everyone's not mature enough to just say, oh wow, that's a mental health disorder, and roll with it like that. Some people want to be negative and say stupid, nasty things. We know that's what social media is about for a lot of people, and I just say, let them have their way, honey. I don't entertain foolishness or ignorance. I just don't. I'm well above and beyond that, so I don't get into that. But that's just what some people do. So even for those people, they still may watch. They will get ignored when they start making their foolish comments. They will be ignored and or blocked. But it's various reasons why I thought, now that you're filming out and about and you're on the move and you're on the go, you can show that. So that concludes why I chose to now focus more on OCD, because I'm able to show it to you filming with my second phone that I got for content. Thanks for letting me clear it up. And I'm hopping back on real quick to say this. I know a minute ago you saw me doing this and navigating. I don't want anybody to think that I'm not driving safely, because I am. It's just, one, my right hand is still tender from having the IV in my arm, in my hand. A few weeks now, and it's still tender. Even when I'm washing my hand, I still feel it. It's just the nature of the beast when you're having an IV in your arm and you're punked to pain like me. So I'm kind of holding things differently, and sometimes I'm resting the back of my hand on the steering wheel, where you're probably like, well, why don't you just have your hand on the steering wheel? It's all a part of my OCD. I'm navigating 2 phones. I don't have any car mount in this rental. I don't even have my car mount in my car yet, right? But 3 things are going on. I'm filming with my content phone in my right hand. I'm driving still, paying very close attention. I have my GPS navigation in my left hand on this phone. And then because I'm in a rental, drop down in the comments for me. Have anybody ever had a rental car? And I think they call it, no, a governor is when they don't let it go over a certain many miles. That's a governor. We found that out. I don't know what this option is that this feature is on a car. It may be in your personal car, where if you're trying to switch lanes, the steering wheel, the car pulls. It's almost like it's not letting you go in the lane and you have to force the car. If you know what I'm talking about, drop that in the comments, because I'm battling with that. This steering wheel, every time you try to switch lanes, it's like it's fighting you. You're trying to go to the right and you literally feel a strong force pulling the wheel back to the left. If you're trying to get in the left lane, it's pulling the car to the right. So that's what is going on. Not that I'm not paying attention. I know some people are like, oh my God, don't film, be safe. And it doesn't like she's being safe. I am, trust me. Never had a wreck in my life, and we ain't gonna have one today. I'm being very careful, but I'm fighting with 2 phones. The back of my wrist is hurting, and probably OCD in my brain. I don't really want to touch this daggone steering wheel. You see me wipe it down. You saw the dirt that came off of it, and sometimes it's just not clean to me. I could have wiped this all day. It's not going to be clean enough for me to really be touching it. But it's okay. I have my wipe, so every now and again as I've been driving, I just stop and just grab my wipe and wipe my hands. It's mental. I have to do that to be okay. But I just wanted to hop back on and say I'm being very safe. If it didn't look like it, I was making a turn, and since I had 2 phones in my hand, part of my turning was with the back of my wrist, which is still tender because of how I'm holding my phone, and the fact that the car was fighting me. So that's what just saw all that going on. Nothing else. Not about to hit another car. Not about to run into a pole off the side of the road. None of that. I am always gonna deal with safety first. And I know what some of y'all are thinking, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I know what some of y'all are thinking. You probably think it every time you see me in a car. We ain't never gonna talk about it on film. You're just gonna keep thinking it. We ain't gonna talk about it. We're not gonna discuss it. We're not gonna discuss it, and we're not gonna explain it. Drop down in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, see ya. I'm out of here. Alright fam, I'm hopping back on real quick because we are technically 1 minute. We are technically 1 minute. 1 minute from our destination. 1 minute from our destination, which means soon and very soon we'll be seeing a bunch of little ones. And the next picture I post will be me and all of the little ones. See you then. Hi fam, so here goes me and all the little ones. We going somewhere at some point. That dude, there go that dude.
Multitasking.
Well, I see you multitasking.
Multitasking.
Do I have any offline games?
You gonna try to put that in the trunk, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, you about to put it in the front seat. I'm like, well, I guess you just gonna not ride. Well, this looks familiar, family. We just did this not long ago. Got this pizza for these babies. That's all packed up in the back. About to take them to the park and let them run loose. How long are you going to be here?
For another 30 minutes.
Another 30 minutes. All right, we'll make sure we stop by before you leave.
Yes, ma'am.
Film, but I'm just going to film your little truck.
Okay, I'm used to being on camera.
Oh, okay. Well, okay then. We gonna, yeah, she'll pose. Strike a pose. I feel it, mama. All right, just with the kids. Getting all of the kids out. And gonna have some Little Caesars pizza. Just saw the ice cream truck there. And we getting a newborn out the car. Well, not a newborn. How old is the baby again now? 6 months. Close enough. Out in these streets with these babies at the park. That's what we're doing one day after Christmas. My OCD behind got to get in here and get a piece of pizza before anything. I got you on film. Everybody. Not everybody. Everybody. And the oldest, the clan, daddy. Hey you just a sack of steak. Yeah, you steak and potatoes, fat mama. You a heavy one. That girl is heavy. It's like you said it in Japanese. You know Japanese? You said, say it again. Say it again. No, you do. You be telling stories real quick.
No, I do.
You didn't forget what you just said. No. Mr. Crew. One, 2, 3. Go ahead. Call your number. She can't say hers. 1. Say your number.
2.
Say your number, Janaria. What's after 2? 4. Do it again. 1.
3.
No. You,
3.
4. Genesis. 5. Yes, 5.
6.
Okay, you number 1. Say your number.
1.
2.
3. 4.
I can't talk. Yeah, I'm 5. But I can smile. Y'all made me sick. We had to do that 50 times to get it right. I don't understand why Genesis is walking off.
1.
She talking about some what? Really? Okay, wait a minute. What's your number? What's your
1.
2?
3. 4.
I can't talk, Gamma. 5. Meat and potatoes. Yeah, oh, meat and potatoes, oh heavy butt. Like a sack of daggone steak and potatoes.
Is this high C? No. I mean, is this Sunny D?
Wait a minute. Before you go, I have one more thing. You grandbaby number what? Let's see if you know. You grandbaby number what? What did he say, 3?
3. Because 1, 2, 3.
In birth order. He was born first. Who was born next?
Me.
So you grandbaby number. You grandbaby number. Ah, y'all got it. Oh, shook it now.
This is somebody.
What? She not gonna be able to test one. We just know.
Why is it burnt?
She the last one. I am definitely not a Little Caesars either. But honey, when you're hungry and ain't had nothing, you get it in. It's not even bad. Like Little Caesars is not like all that. Or it's not known to be all that. But sis hungry and sis gonna eat this pizza. You see my wipe in my hand. OCD. I'm eating the pizza, holding the crust. I will not be eating the crust, so that's why it doesn't bother me to hold it. I'm gonna be like, here's my other piece of my crust. Yeah, won't be eating that at all. Won't be eating this one. Gang girl number, well, not gang girl number 5, gang girl number 3, baby number 5. It took a minute to get a girl. And then here you come. You like, wait a minute, we ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. Gang baby number girl, grand girl number 3, gang baby number 5. Ooh! And grandma can't get up with these bad knees. And while I wrap this portion of my content up, let me go ahead and just explain. Typically, I am not an eat outside in person at all. Me and bugs don't get along. Yeah, I don't do bugs. So I always have a fear something is going to get on my food. When I say I'm guarding this pizza and watching it like a hawk, I am, just to make sure nothing flies on it. Pizza has remained in the box. I did not do like the kids, got a slice of pizza and put it on a plate at all. Mine stayed covered in the box. I saved myself 3 pieces. I probably just eat 2, but I might eat the 3rd piece. But I have high anxiety, and actually it's a pretty cool day. Now if this was a hot summery day, I wouldn't be doing this because bugs would be everywhere. But it's pretty cool. I don't know what it is about bugs, but bugs respect the coolness. They don't be out as much. So I think I've seen 1 bug fly around, but I haven't even seen many bugs fly around. So even though it's bothering my anxiety some, this is where you will see me step out of the box. And some people probably think if you're so OCD, how do you ever get to the point where certain things that you wouldn't do, you're actually comfortable doing? That's where anxiety comes in. If your anxiety is high, you're not doing it. For me, anxiety is a little bit low, and I'm like, I'm already out of my element. I am so dirty. I have been hugged 1,000 times, so I'm out of my element, and it brings the anxiety a little bit down, a little bit comforting. So, baby in the background hollering. If you heard anything, I just look at her over there making all that noise. Pretty lady, pretty baby, making all that noise. Another good indicator that it's a nice, decent day out. This cup by now would be filled with bugs. If it was just sitting out, and it's sweet, it would be bugs like all in there. So that's another comfortable reason as to go another cup. These are kids cups. No bugs in none of these juices. sitting on the table. Multiple cups. So I know somebody gonna be like, oh my gosh, you got OCD and you ate outside. OCD and you ate outside. Trust me, I do everything again that is comfortable in my brain. That's how my OCD works. It has to be comfortable in my brain. And I know it's not a hot day and there's not a lot of bugs. So that's what made me risk it. There's quite a few things I would expect to see at a park, but this is not one of them. He just as pretty as he want to be. But why he at the park? And baby, we at the whole park with the kids doing all this activity at the park with the kids. And the boy pops up. This pretty boy pops up. You go from the rooster at the park, and y'all see the picnic tables and benches with the rooster. With the rooster. I just don't understand. You go from this. And you go from this to that. This to that. That to this. And when I say that, look at him. That boy is pretty. The colors on him is out of this world. Insane. Alright, we're going to stop filming the rooster. But oh, honey, you pretty. I don't know who his people is, but they pretty people. Okay, so for a brief moment, that orange juice got my lips orange. My lips is always some color or another, right? Other than, in addition to pale. That's one of my babies running by. Gonna be all legs like a day. But I'm having a bit of anxiety, and I can only really focus on it when I'm by myself. Around everybody else, I'm kind of looking like, she's good. But there's been a lot of touching. It drives me crazy. But I try to be as normal as I can be when it comes to being around family and touching. One of my babies was in a car talking about, I need to go back in the house and get my sanitizer. Her sister was like, why? She said, because Grandma wants to keep her car clean. It was the cutest thing. I'm thinking, baby, listen. One, this is not my car. This is a rental. It's already dirty, and you just sit your little pretty self back there, and it's okay. But and that's what I don't try to do, is impose too much of my OCD issues onto them. They're kids, but I can't help who I am. My brain doesn't shut off from it. It calms down sometimes. Anxiety. I just go in and out of anxiety. To be honest, I go in and out of the anxiety. But because they're my babies, I definitely have to hug and love on them. It drives me crazy. It was easy when they were small. I used to always let them hug me at my waist, but now everybody's head is getting up here because everybody's getting taller than me. So it's a lot. I just got to using the public restroom. I have been having to go for like 2 hours. That's a lot of holding. But I had to go, and I realized the park had a bathroom. I'm like, I know it's not going to be clean. It wasn't even filthy. The sink in the handicap stall didn't work, so that was a challenge. I like to wash my hands before I go to the restroom. So that's part of my ritual. When I go inside of the restroom, it takes me a minute. I have to clean my hands. Then I usually take my own tissue in the restroom. Baby, sometimes I got tissue packing somewhere on my body. I may have tissue in my bra just for those public moments. That's how serious the OCD is. And sometimes I do a lot of different things. I have to do what's comfortable because every restroom is not set up for me and my issues, right? But in this case, I was able to go in. The sink didn't work, so I had to go outside the handicap stall to wash my hands and back in the handicap stall. I'm always comfortable in that stall. I have more room. I have a bit of claustrophobic, so a regular stall doesn't work. And I never try to take away from someone wheelchair bound, because if they need to use a restroom and I see them in there, I'll wait or whatever. If I walk in one and see someone come behind me, I'll get out. But I'm having a moment over here in the corner by myself. Kids are over there playing, having fun. And I just in the corner to do a little woosah. And I'm going to go back and get back into what I call my dirty zone and just kind of be as normal as I can around the kids. In fact, let's get out of this moment. Let's go over here and film the kids swinging, because I think I have a few of them on the swings at one time. So we'll try to get that. Yep, it's 4 babies on the swings at one time. I might want to get out this sand. I love the beach effect, but yeah. There's one, not doing much of anything. And the others are swinging in the red and white, in the black and tan. And I think the other one hopped off. He did. He hopped off. So it's just 3 of them now. And the other one is over here. There's the 4th one. And as we know, the 5th one is in a stroller. And we're going to head back over and watch Daddy in Daddy mode with the baby. She's all bundled up in her blanket. Looks like she's about to get a bottle. And we're probably going to do some more content when we get back to his spot. Daddy going to round up the kids. He is going to go round up the other 4. Squirrel. A squirrel. Okay, you just ran by me like you own the park. Oh. These squirrels, I guess they're used to the park because they just come quite close to people. I always think it's interesting how squirrels move. Almost like bunny rabbits a little bit. Interesting. Anywho, Daddy's going to go round up the kids. It's getting dark, as it does early now, and it's getting nippy. So we have one that he said is doing a little bit of coughing, and of course the 6-month-old. So we are going to round the kids up, load them back up in the vehicle, and probably hang out at the house for a bit before I head back. Me being the non-traditional grandma, I'm going to stop by the bank and withdraw some cash and give the kids some money for Christmas. Not traditional for many reasons. Me and my OCD. I'm not a traditional one where all the kids come load up at my house. Baby, where's the bleach bottles? And they live, nobody lives in the same area anymore. Everybody has moved, and we're all in different states and all over the place. So to get them in one spot is huge, but I still do what I can. I mean, I spoil them throughout the year. School, what they need, you know, a few $100s here and there. Get some winter gear, get some either birthday. I started out years ago just doing one thing. Like I told them, when it was just a handful of, just a couple of kids, and they started to grow and get more kids. I'm like, wait a minute, this is getting expensive. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do something per year. I don't care what you want it to be. Let me know. Is it going to be Christmas and that's it? Is it going to be school clothes and that's it? Name a holiday, whatever. We're going to do one thing a year for each child. And that just helped me not try to do birthday. Oh, excuse me, I forgot about that. It was school, birthday, or Christmas. One of the three. And it didn't matter that it was just one, because when I do big. I would, and I'm not bragging or boasting, but I'm getting a lot of stuff, everything you need. School supplies, everything on the list plus some. Birthday, whatever you ask for, and things I think I like and want you to have, and I think it's neat or cool or pretty or whatever. So you're going to get what you want and then some. Christmas, same thing. What you want and then some. So I usually go big. That's why it's okay that I have chosen one. Past couple years, because everyone's in all different areas, I haven't even done that. And it's too many of them now, honey. Because it's just 5. And then there's 2 more. Possibly 3. So it's a bunch. Nobody got that kind of money. Everything, every single thing. Christmas, school, birthdays. We ain't doing all that. But so I'm just get some money for Christmas. Since you over here talking about what I'm doing, get ready to get you the oldest of the bunch. And number 1, get ready to get you. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? And the sisters. Well, it's about to get the sisters. Wait, hold on.
Get my phone.
That's funny. She was trying to. Look at her. She's spitting up again, Josh. She's spitting up again. Get her.
Yep.
We are saying bye to the park officially. There's my clan. We are saying bye to the park. All right, guys. Pile in, pile in, pile in. Wait, do your thing there. What's that? I don't even know what that means. Oh. So I got one of them with me. Just one. One of them with me. We're going to my favorite place. We're gonna go get some. Somebody's listening to me and looking all in my mouth. We're going to go get some. All right, fam. I just hopped on to say I've made my official last stop on this busy day that I had. Just dropped my oldest off, and I'm about to head home. As you guys know, if you were following me today, we had an hour and a half to get to these people. We got an hour and a half to get back. I'm gonna bypass where I live, get to the rental spot, drop their vehicle off, hop in mine, and go back down the road and go home. So we're looking at about 2 hours on the road. I'm not going to be filming in the dark. Now that I won't do. Talked earlier about how I was filming and doing things. I was pretty safe. If you guys thought I wasn't, I'm not going to be on here in the dark. I'd definitely be paying attention. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Now if I get in the house and think of something to wrap up the night, I'll be back. But if not, good night. Thanks for watching.